Good afternoon. Happy Sunday. I am Stephanie with Stephanie Scribed, where cozy meets purpose. Welcome to my channel. Today I thought I would go over my Hobonichi, very small Hobonichi haul, a quarter four Techo Kaigi with a little bit of splash of journal ecosystem. I think that's what the kids are calling it these days. For those of you new to the journaling notebook world, I believe April from Penguins Creative was the one who coined the term Techo Kaigi. And Techo Kaigi, a Japanese phrase term used to describe a time when we just kind of do a sort of planner, reflection, decision making, going over what we liked, what we don't like, what we need to modify, what we want to modify, notebook changes, discard, what we discard, what we donate, that kind of thing. So it's just kind of like a reflection of what we have, what's working and what's not working. And I believe, I looked this up, I believe journal ecosystem is just meant basically what you are currently using that is helping you in your everyday life. And that can consist of gratitude journaling, health and fitness journals, morning pages, daily logs, whatever it is that helps you be the better you, is considered your journal ecosystem. And I really like that term. It's very fitting for those of us who are journal enthusiasts and we just love all things stationery and paper and pens and all the things, but we really are trying to lead purposeful lives. And that's what I love about notebooks. Anyway, I'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with like the smaller notebooks that I have and my everyday carries, and then I'll move on to the larger ones. So I'll just kind of put these guys aside and get started. The first one is this is my everyday carry, and I'm using this as a wallet. As you can see, it is the passport size Love and Trip notebook. This passport size is literally it's smaller than my hand. And this is why I love it. It's very, very portable. It's cute. It's cozy. I purchased this. This is the Love and Trip special edition, limited edition that came out this year of late April, I believe, by the Traveler's Notebook Company. And I got on this bandwagon simply because I absolutely love this color. It's a deep red. It's beautiful. If you can see, it's just absolutely gorgeous. But but I wasn't quite sure how I was going to use the passport. I did, by the way, purchase the standard size, but because it was a limited edition, I thought I better snatch the passport. And I usually don't do that. If I don't have a purpose for it, I'm not going to get it. But this time I did. And to be honest with you, I really am still trying to figure out how I'm using this. But I know for sure I'm using it as a wallet. So for right now, it's definitely a wallet, but I also plan to use it as a true travel notebook. Go figure, the traveler's notebook would be used for a travel notebook. But yes, I'm going to use it as a travel notebook. I adorned it with the Traveler's Company charms. I got the airplane, this wooden circular charm that I'm not quite sure what the name of it is, but it does have a name, the traveler's mug, and the traveler's baggage tag. I thought all four of these denoted and symbolized where I am right now. My husband and I love to frequent cafes, and we just sit there and talk. He will sketch and I will journal. I'm trying to get better about sketching in public, just not there yet. Got the baggage tag here. And the airplane, because we are in this season of life where we just love to just pick up and go. And I love everything about this. I wasn't able to get the Love and Trip pin loop at the time that it came out, but when we went to the SF Pin Show, I was able to pick that up at their booth. And in it, I do have a brass Kaweco Sport fountain pen to use on the go. And just holding it, I love it. It's just, it's a blanket. All of my journals are blankets, just spoiler alert, they're all. But anyway, I will go ahead and open it up. So first off, I do have the Travelers Company craft folder, and I use this to simply affix receipts or any ephemera if I'm out. I do also have the Travelers Company Love and Trip pencil board that's in here. This first insert inside of the folder is the passport size horizontal weekly that I have literally no idea how I'm going to use this. This started in July. I got it just because I was like, I've got to get it. They have some left, but I don't know what I'm going to use this for. I'm going to use it for something, but right now, here we are, 3 months into having this thing, July, August, yeah, and I still don't know how I'm actually going to use this. What I do know is that in 2026, I'm just simply going to put a monthly calendar versus a weekly calendar. The monthly calendar will allow me to track everywhere we travel, our coffee, our cafe dates, our short weekends, all of that. My monthly is going to cover that, and I will fill that out for sure. But this, I don't know what I don't know. And then the second insert I did get was that accordion style insert that I meant. This is for the SF Pin Show that we just went to. I didn't fill this out while I was there. I wasn't about to either because I was too much in the moment of the SF. I love that show. I was in the moment the whole time. On the front of the accordion, as you can see, it's blank. On the other side, I was able to stamp use all of the Travelers Company stamps that they had on site. And my goal is to really document that show. And I did manage to write a whole bunch of notes in this third insert, just notes about the show itself. So I do remember everything. I have it all here in this insert, and I do plan to go back into this accordion style and make a really pretty type of insert. So for sure in this particular notebook, I will always carry the folder to pick up any ephemera or any kind of, paper type stuff when I am on the trip itself. And then I will use the travel insert that I choose. It could be something different next time other than this accordion. And then this blank insert is always to take notes, always to, it's like the ugly part of documentation. Like, I just want to take notes. I'm not trying to be cute. I'm not trying to, have the best handwriting in this particular notebook. It's just there to take notes while I'm in the moment. And then if I could find time while we are on the trip, I will complete the insert that I chose for that particular trip. So the next insert that I have is actually the wallet, the cloth wallet. This isn't the Travelers Company wallet. This is by Moterm that I picked up off of Amazon. I love the color gold. I love that it goes with the red, and then also my charm here. I don't have anything in this first little slot. On the second, I do have a bunch of stamps. Again, this is my wallet in addition to travel notebook. And then in the zipper pouch, I do have my debit card, credit card, and license. And I think I have an insurance card and some coins. But I do have a clip that I will always carry to allow me to kind of hold this down while I'm writing. I keep it here. And this is pretty much it for my everyday carry wallet and travel notebook. Now, as far as it being a travel notebook, I want it to work out as my travel notebook. I have found that using a standard size or a larger notebook, any kind of notebook. It's just too bulky for me when I travel. I can't do it. I'm too in the moment. I'm enjoying myself. It's not easy for me to just whip out a larger size notebook and start drawing, sketching, all the things. But with this size, I want to see if I can really utilize this and complete my inserts while I'm on the trip. I may not, and that's okay, because this is still considered my wallet. But my goal is to be able to complete the inserts while I'm on the trip. Don't know if it'll happen, because you know how it is. You're on the trip and you're just enjoying the trip. You're not trying to be doing all the things, even though it seems like we daydream about that. We fantasize about, just, sitting on, near a statue and writing all the things. I don't know. My husband and I, we just like being in the moment, having fun and doing what we're doing rather than kind of whipping out a notebook, unless we're in a cafe. In a cafe, then we're doing all the things, journaling, sketching, drawing, painting, that kind of thing. So anywho, I love it. It's just so, oh my gosh, it's, and then all the little tactile fun things that I've got going on here. I mean, really, that's just awesome. Okay, so next up I have this is another EDC, and my EDC, oddly, is pocket notebook. I love my pocket notebooks. So I use these period dot. That's what I use. I use them for everything and anything. This I have covered with some really pretty washi tape that I found at a really cute stationery shop when we were in St. Joe's, Michigan. And I'm not a washi tape girl, just not. I do not adorn my pages with pretty tape. I want to be that person to adorn my pages with pretty tape. Just when I put it on my pages, I'm like, nope, that is not who I am. So I found a use for my pretty washi tapes. I now cover my very plain, ugly covers with washi tape. So I bought a bunch of Goulet pens, 3x5 Tomoe River paper pocket notebooks. And so now when I grab a notebook, I cover it with some washi tape, and I use these notebooks just simply for to-do lists, any notes that I've got going on, ideas, any how-tos. I take notes from podcasts. I take notes from books, video ideas, books that I want to read. It's all garbledygook. It's like, it's not cute. It's not pretty. It's just what I need to know, what's going to help me, and that kind of thing. So, very helpful for me is the 3x5 notebook. And I typically, when I'm finished with the notebook, I'll store it in this leather notebook that I got from Rowena. She is a leather notebook maker of sojournerusa.net. And I believe she still has this style of brown leather out. She does like limited edition styles, and so you never know. But I think this one she still has. But I will place my old 3x5s in here. This is a folio versus a travel notebook, so it doesn't have any strings, but I'm going to add some strings later. But I refer to these often. Like, I put my workouts in here, and I'll open it up, and I can't find any workouts right now, but I use this like every morning. Yeah, here's some workouts right here, where I whip it out and use this while I work out. Okay, what do I got to do next? But these are very helpful for me. So this is kind of an archive that I do use as reference. And then this one notebook I'm still using, so I place it in the front pocket of my rickshaw pin pouch, and I carry it as an EDC with this guy in my backpack. So my next everyday carry, well, actually, it's not an everyday carry. It used to be an everyday carry. This is my Love and Trip standard size notebook. And I purchased this along with my Love and Trip passport at the end of April, and I absolutely had to have it. Now listen, at the time that I purchased these, like I said, I just knew that this red, it was absolutely gorgeous. And I wasn't quite sure, but I was sure. But I thought I can make this work. Again, I don't usually do that. If I don't know what I'm using it for, I'm not about to use it. But because this was so pretty, I had to get it. You can see that I use it every single day. And I used to carry it with me until I changed up. But so now I still use this every day, but I keep it at bedside or anywhere else actually in my house. You can see the scuff marks, the scratches. It's very well loved. It's not patinaing yet. Like, doesn't that mean when it turns kind of shiny? It's not doing that yet, but it's very well loved, as you can see, very scratched up. And I can't wait to see this thing probably in another 6 months. But I love it. The backstory behind what I actually use this for now is it is my Hobonichi weeks. This is a 2024 spring weeks, Hobonichi weeks. Those of you know it's a Japanese planner, and it started in March of 2024 and ended in April. I think I skeeked out some extra months in it because I started late. So then I actually used some of the older months as the month I was in. I'll explain later. But anyway, I wore this thing out. I am a fan of Hobonichi weeks. I have several. I've been using Hobonichi weeks since 2017. So 7 years now in some capacity. At the time that I was using this particular weeks, I was using it as a planner, and I'll show you kind of how. Oh, right open to January. I was planning off of the monthly pages, right? And I was doing some decorations, adding little stickers, that kind of thing. I was doing some brush lettering. Ooh, I love this. See, this is making me want to be in my weeks again. Look at that. April. And then the weekly sections I was using as a health and wellness type of journal. And so I was placing my food log on the left-hand side, and then my workouts, I created the imaginary line, or the line right there, I used for my workouts. And then I created like a very small, narrow column that I used for my steps. And then I used the acronym HALT, hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. I think that's an Alcoholics Anonymous acronym, but it's very fitting if you've got food issues where you're like, why did I eat that? And it's like, oh, because I was hungry. Or why did I eat that? Oh, because I was angry. You know what I mean? Bored, tired, whatever. And so I would write down whatever issue I had that caused me to eat something gross or, that I don't want to eat. And then I have my habits here. I would do some reflection of the whole week at the bottom. So this is and then there are times where I do sleep. I was studying for a certification at the time. And so I would write down, anything, but I love this because this just totally kept me completely accountable. I love, 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 love this book. Sleep. Anyway, and then the back pages. So the monthly I was using to plan. The weekly I was using as a kind of health and wellness accountability type thing. And then the back pages, I started off as just, taking notes, like what I need to know to get better at whatever. Like at the time I was like really on this weight loss situation. And I was also trying to keep up with my health and wellness coach kind of thing, coaching certification. So I was taking some CECs and I was kind of keeping these notes back here. Then I changed to using the back pages as a daily log. And I absolutely loved how I used the daily log. I would write down like everything that I did that day. And then I would write down what I learned that day, any challenges I had, but also mostly positive things. Like I would put a P for positive and what I did positive that day. And then of course, gratitude at the end. And I was into like kind of brush lettering gratitude. And oh man, I loved it. Look at this. I just want to go back to the weeks. Why am I not going back to the weeks? Love this. Man, I did this thing like this. Lovely, lovely. And so this was the 2024, again, into 2025 spring. So it ended at the end of spring, which was when I purchased this beautiful traveler's notebook. And I thought, okay, we can translate what you did in the weeks into the traveler's notebook. And so I did, and I love it. Again, I have another Traveler's Company craft notebook. I put some stickers. These are stickers from Abby C. This is a leaf with like little fountain pen tines. I thought that was kind of cute. I have, again, the Love and Trip pencil board back here, a vinyl sticker or so. And then on the other side of this folder, I have my Traveler's Notebook dot stickers and some Hobonichi stickers. And so in this first insert is, again, the daily log that I used to keep in my Hobonichi weeks. I keep the daily log in this. I believe the insert is insert number 13, which is the light paper, which is basically Tomoe River paper. And it is very thin. It is plain, so you don't have a grid here, which I'm used to working on a grid, but I don't have to use my pencil board, you guys. I literally realized I can write without using a pencil board, and it's relatively straight. It may not be perfect, but I can do the thing, and I love it. These monochrome stickers are from Kubo and Lucy. I just think they're so awesome because I basically write in the, what's it called? The Lexington Gray Noodler's ink. And I very rarely stray from that. It's just easy. It's waterproof. I love the color. And I like kind of like a very monochrome situation going on. Not all the time, but just for my daily log. That may change, actually, because now we're into autumn, and I do love the autumnal colors. But anywho, I love it. I'm almost finished this insert. I think I have like maybe 5 pages left. So this should be done by the end of this month. So I'll be starting a new one. So the first insert is my daily log in between my craft folder, and then more stickers. And then I have the horizontal weekly calendar that mimics the Hobonichi weeks. And I love it because, first of all, it's cream. I didn't think I was a cream person, really, even when I had the weeks. But having the Traveler's Notebook, oh my gosh, the cream is just so cozy, easy on the eyes. I love it. And it makes every ink color look beautiful, even though I only use gray, but I've used other colors on it, and it's just really pretty. But anyway, my food log, my workouts, and my steps, issues like why I ate what I ate, or even if I ate really well, my habits, and then of course my reflection of the week down there. And then there were times I would change it up to, like, I would try to make it a kind of a planner where I put my priorities down there. Again, we have priorities. Instead of a weekly reflection, I would have priorities. Again, more priorities. Up top, I would put a quote. I started to put a quote. Yeah, started to put a quote up top. So anyway, that is my kind of my health and wellness journal. So I have my daily logs, my health and wellness journal. And then I do have a third insert in here. And the only reason why I have this insert is because it is a smaller insert. It's not fat. bulky like maybe the monthly insert was, because I did have a monthly insert in here, but I just took it out because it just made everything too difficult to use. So instead I have a watercolor insert that my goal was to do some illustrated journaling. And so as you can see, I did some gouache painting in here. Here are some pencil drawings that I have to go back and paint. So I just started this. I want to make this work. My goal is to be a lot more creative than I have been. More creativity versus consumption, I suppose. But I just love drawing and that kind of thing. Finding and eking out the time to do so has been difficult for me. But anyway, I just thought I'd add that insert in. And I love the, this is the perfect width for me in terms of what I have inside this leather notebook. It's perfect size. Because I can hold it. I could take this everywhere, and I was taking it everywhere with me when I wanted to. But now, you know, I keep it at home. It is still very well loved. I always pick it up. I journal every night, my daily log, including my health and wellness journal. So this is the journey of why I have this. It's beautiful. I love it. Again, very cozy, everyday carry. So that is my basically daily log. Next up, I have my morning pages. Now, backstory on this. First off, this is Galen leather, those of you who know. It's Galen leather. I love it. It's so thick and sturdy. My husband purchased this for himself years ago. I want to say probably, gosh, maybe 8-9 years ago. How long have they been in business? However long Galen Company has been in business, this is how old this notebook is. This is the Crazy Horse in orange. Crazy Horse orange. You can see the orange coloring there. And what I have in it, this is a sterling ink grid notebook plain that I have in that pocket. And this again is a 2024 to 2025 spring Hobonichi cousin. My original intention for this was to, again, I wanted to illustrate my days. I wanted to draw my days like Estienne Baker. Is that her name? I wanted to have this huge, beautiful book filled with glorious illustrations of my life, drawings, sketches, paintings, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what I was thinking. Like, really, like, you never really had a consistent habit, and yet you pick up a cousin thinking you can do that? Seriously, Stephanie? So I realized how ridiculous that was. So ridiculous. Now, I mean, it's not a ridiculous, it's a grandiose idea, but friends, we must start small, right? So anyway, because that just did not work out, I changed this to my morning pages. I have a couple stickers on here. These stickers are from Abby C. And then just pray on it, pray over it, pray through it. Everything will be okay. Comfy coffee or whatnot. Stand tall. This was from Abby C as well. Breathe. I love the stickers that I placed on this because basically these stickers just write your own story. These stickers kind of symbolize what's going on in this notebook. I love this notebook. Those of you who know morning pages is where you write 3 pages every morning. You just kind of brain dump everything, stream of consciousness. You don't worry about the grammar. You don't worry about the writing, what you're saying. You just start flowing and letting it go. And so basically that's what I did here. And this has become one of my favorite journals. I write it all up in here, it all. You can see that I don't even pay attention to the planner lines or like this is a weekly and I just start writing as if it's blank, right? That's what I do. And I just write and I just write and I write. And sometimes I mind map, look, my issues, because girl, I be having some issues. And I mind, like, look, distractions. And I write all my, I mean, I just write anything and everything here. And this will probably last me for maybe another year. Right now, I am not in this every morning because, like I said, I have my daily log, and I want to do a deep dive in my daily log in another video, but my daily log basically takes the place of my morning pages in this season right now, because usually I would do my morning pages first thing in the morning, but right now I have to study first thing in the morning. So my morning pages time is now blocked off for studying. So at night when I do my daily log, that usually takes the place. So right now this is kind of just there from when I need it. If I need to do a deep dive, call myself out on some things, get to the bottom of why blah, 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 or vent about whomever, or, whatever the case may be, I will put it in here. So even though I'm not in it every single morning, it might be bi-weekly or monthly situation if the need calls for it, which is why this will probably last me another year. And people burn their morning pages or they throw them away. I don't, because I like to see where I've come from, where I'm going, and, I like to see the process improvement. I like to see the character development. I treat my life as a story. And so it's like, I want to know where I've been, where I'm headed, where I'm going. So I keep my morning pages, and I like to look back, and, I put sticky notes on my each page, of highlights of what I got out of that session. I don't just write and then throw away, brain dump and I brain dump, but I also kind of try to decipher what's going on with that brain dump and, call myself out if I have to and make the necessary changes. So my morning pages mean everything to me. My daily log, for the same reason, mean everything to me. Writing is, you write yourself right? So anyway, this is my morning pages in my Galen leather. The supporting actor here is the Superior Labor double pin loop, leather pin loop that I use from time to time. Because if I'm experimenting with pin color or ink colors and that kind of thing, my morning pages is where I'm going to experiment. So I'll put 2 different fountain pens in here with different colors, and it doesn't always get utilized. So that is my morning pages. Okay. Next up, the stars of my life right now. You're going to laugh, but you'll be surprised. These are, if you know, Cosmo Air Light notebooks. I picked these Cosmo Air Light notebooks up, I believe, at the SF Pen Show, San Francisco Pen Show in 2024. If I didn't, I picked them up earlier than that. I truly forget. But I knew that the Cosmo Air Light paper they weren't going to be making it anymore. It was kind of, phasing out, and I wanted to pick up 2 of these notebooks, and I'm so glad I did. But I mean, anyway, I use you can see how ugly the covers are. It's just brown, kind of cardboard like cover with a black band on the spine. And what I did was I covered them with Lauren Phelps Design clear cover. These are B6 size. And then I just put some random stickers, I'm a nurse, and so I, got some nursing stickers here. And then like ink blobs for fountain pens, just some random places that my husband and I have been. SF Pen Show from 2024, Dolce Vita stickers, Love Her stickers. And then this is Wednesday Company. She does People of Color stickers, which I love. And just some random stickers of where we've been. So anyway, that's my decoration. But these 2 books are basically, and I'm going this term was coined, I found out about this term from Parker Notes. He calls some notebooks compendiums. And these are my work compendiums. And I didn't know it was called compendium until I stumbled along Parker Notes channel, and he was like, oh yeah. But these are basically reference books that I use for my role, my current role. I'm a nurse, but I have a new role. It's kind of niche. And so I use this to kind of help me study for my certifications. I have like 3 different certifications that cover this role. And it's also reference for while I'm at work. And so basically, these are notes from courses that I've been in. And I love these because these are so handy. It's handy for studying, and it's handy for just while I'm on the job. Like if I'm like, wait a minute, what is this going on? Oh yeah, it's this, blah, blah, blah. So this is what I use. And again, I use the Lexington Gray Noodler's ink because it is waterproof. And so I'm able to highlight and all that kind of thing. But I love this notebook. Cosmo Air Light is awesome for fountain pens. And so these notebooks are for that. And I'm in the process of starting a new one. And I will do something similar. I don't have any more of the Cosmo Air Light. Instead, I have the Wonderland 222 B6 size, and I'll be starting another one using that. But for now, these are in my arsenal. I use these every single day to both study or as reference while I am on the job. And just shout out to anybody who, I mean, it's a great idea. It's like, it's kind of nerdy to like create these like reference notebooks using your own hand and going so detail and all of that stuff. But man, I'm so thankful because it has really upped my game in what I do. So this is part of my journal ecosystem is, these notebooks that I've created. It's called a compendium, but these are, I would say, my work compendiums reference. So there's that. Next up, let's see, I have my Bible size plotter. I mentioned this in my first video. This is hilarious on this thing. I purchased this in 2022. So here we are 3 years later. I am just now using it. Now, the intention back in 2022 was, I feel like when I bought it, rings were totally a thing. And rings are probably still a big thing. I just don't see a lot of videos coming my way regarding rings, ring binders. I know people use them, are huge ring fans. I know they are. I wanted to be so badly. And so I purchased this, just boom, got it. And then I got it and I was like, I can't fit my life in here. What the heck is happening? Because as you know, the platter system is a Japanese system again, and it's a very streamlined way of ring bound planning. The idea is to not take your life with you, but to take what you need for right then. It's more, I feel like it helps you do what you need to do. I didn't know that at the time, because at the time that I purchased rings, I just saw these awesome, lovely videos of people like, these big stuffed binders. Like here's an example. I purchased this Moterm after this was a fail for me. And I was like, I need a bigger binder and I need to put all the things in it and make it just like, pop like everybody else. Like, it just seems so cozy and comfy. But when I got in the real world, the rings were in my way. I couldn't write. It didn't work for me at all. So anyhow, it didn't work. But then flash forward to the SF Pin show that my husband and I went to this past August. I did go to a plotter seminar where they explained the concept of why they're a lot more streamlined. They're streamlined and all of that. And it made so much more sense to me. And so now I have decided I'm trying to use this as my planner. I've been using this for 2 weeks now, and I'm still kind of trying to figure out how I'm going to use, I'm refining. I'm in the stages of like, let's play, let's figure things out. So you can see the rings are very small. You really can't fit a lot of papers in here. So what you got to do is what you got to do. You're only putting in here what you got to do. That's it. You're not trying to be cute with every single collection you've got, every single quote, whatever, all the pretties, you can, because I've seen some gorgeous plotters. As a matter of fact, at the show, people bring their plotters and people are rocking their plotters so beautifully, like with all the things in it. But you have to be very selective and curated in what you're going to put in your plotter. And so for me, I do have this little motivational vellum that I got from Erica. I don't remember. It says she, and then it motivates, inspires, empowers. She is me, I am she. I love that. But anyway, this first page I've got as just basically an inbox to-do list. And the way they do their to-do list is like you have a section to like kind of check off where you are in the process of that task. So, 0% to 50% to 100%, and then you finally check it off as complete. And so I created what's the word I'm looking for? I just kind of did a brain dump of all the to-dos that I know are very pressing, and I just put them here. And I've been checking it. I've been like, okay, yeah, this is working. What I do is I bring this with me to work. I set it on my desk, and it's so small. This is a personal size. This is a personal size plotter. Very, again, streamlined. A lot of you know the plotter. I don't mean to go into detail about it, but for those of you who are unaware, I'm just kind of giving you that. But anyway, and I've been able to do that. I did put this blue plotter paper here. I wanted to kind of section off, like here's my inbox, but then section off each task into the appropriate section: work, this channel, personal, and to buy and errands. But I haven't done that yet. So I'm supposing this isn't going to work. Here's yet another vellum. Life starts all over again when it gets crisp in the fall. I love that. I love fall. I've got my Ollie clips. These were from several years ago. I like them. I like the pattern. Here, I do not have a plotter monthly calendar. This is a Da Vinci monthly calendar that I got from Jet Pins. I don't like it because valuable space was used for this sidebar over here that I still don't have. I have no idea what I want to use that for. I like the plotter size better because they're larger boxes where I can get more information. But right now I'm using this for high level tasks. Some bills here, some reports that are due, doctor's appointment. The pink dots are my days off, and the green obviously are paydays. I use orange dot for birthdays, and whatever notes down here. I do have a couple fun stickers, some coffee stickers, but I don't know if I'll be doing that in the future. I was just kind of testing out what I can get away with in terms of adding stickers. I do like some stickers every now and again. So I don't know if I'll be able to do that. And so my goal is to just kind of keep 4 months in at a time. So there's that. Here's my weekly. Not sure how I'm working this weekly out. This insert is the Plotter Weekly. And the Plotter Weekly is, for the Bible size. The left-hand side, you do have each day, right? But you also have them time blocked. So you can use it as time blocking. This was odd to me. So I kind of turned it around and I placed some tasks and things in the time block that way. But I think I've seen them use an example where you still write horizontally and just kind of mark off your blocks using vertical ticks. I didn't like it. My brain didn't think that way. My brain just kind of thought to use it vertically. So I did. And then this column here, I was using to theme my days, but it just got too much. I put too much in the theme days. Like I had one theme here, but then I had like 3 themes in here and 3. So it was too much. I was like, Stephanie, if you're going to do themed days, you need to put it to one theme, and that's all. So anyway, this just looks crowded and whatever. And then of course I had to-dos over here. I didn't like this week. I just didn't like what it did, but I got stuff done. This was last week. And by the way, this is a very, very old, because I got this in 2022. So this is an old weekly insert that I'm just not paying attention to the dates. I'm just kind of going, 2022. So if you see some dates that don't make sense to you, it's because it's an old one. But anyway, I finally themed my days. Instead of using the time blocks on this side, I just this first column that you see, I just put the theme of my days, like patient care is Monday, admin and meetings is Tuesday, patient care is Wednesday, Thursday is admin meetings, Fridays I'm blocking out just to create if I can, because that's my day off. And then, Saturday and Sunday, I still kind of create errands, rest. So, and then this second column I'm using as personal to-dos. This third column that I created right here is my work to-dos. And then this fourth column is for this channel. So again, this is only the end of the second week that I'm using this. And then this is a pull out. It's a monthly for habit tracking. And this is actually like a habit tracker for work. And it's just things I want to do on the daily to consistently get like 1% better each day. I'm not sure. I mean, October, as you can see, September, I didn't fill it out. I didn't. That's September. But so my goal is to use here we're coming up on October, and my goal is to really utilize this month and see if that helps me. And then in this, the plotter uses these cardstock project folders, and in this folder are all work things that are related to work. And then behind this lifter is just scratch paper. If I'm brainstorming, just stuff that's like, oh yeah, I need to do this or that. This was actually testing my Platinum 3776. I loved it. Look at this pen. Look at that. The precision. Ugh, so beautiful. And I was just writing gobbledygook. I don't even know what I was writing. Maybe I was watching a Netflix thing and I was just writing down whatever they were saying. But anyway, these I just want for brainstorm, just quick ideas that are going to be helpful right now in the now. And then here, this tab I wanted to use as my learning path tab, where I have 4 categories: my creativity, YouTube, professional, and I am a health and wellness coach. And just anything that I can learn or that I need to learn kind of goes in these categories. And then back here, I have my collections. Again, I've only been in this 2 weeks, so I haven't really started to use it, but this is my spending tracker. I want to really tighten up with that. And then online orders and book log. I only put collections back here of which I know without a doubt I'm going to use. So there's that. I do have a wish list. I don't need to be putting anything on this wish list, as I spent a whole heck of a lot of money at the recent pen show. So we're going to leave that blank for right now. But these are the 4 collections I know without a doubt I'll use. And as you can see, it's already kind of tight, right? That's it. That's all I need for me to be great. I don't need to be carrying my entire kitchen sink, master bedroom, master bath, closets, and all that stuff in these big, gigantic ring binders that I see a lot of people with. That stresses me out. This I can get on board with, where it's again, look how teeny that is. That's so tiny. I take it to work because of it. Look at that. It's not even, it's still smaller than my hand. So it goes right next to me, and I'm able to knock out what I got to knock out. I see this open. I'm like, okay, it's time to do that. Let's do it. Let's knock it out. So it's very functional for me. And so far, it's only been 2 weeks, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, we're almost, if you're still here, thank you. This is longer than I thought it would be. Okay, so I have one more. I actually do have other notebooks that I would like to go over, but I will not go over in this video. I'm simply going over notebooks that I use, or I definitely, without a doubt, am planning on using. And this brings me to my 2025 Hobonichi A6. I did get the, what is it, the Liberty fabric, floral. I got this year, and my goal, here's the thing, going back to my Hobonichi Weeks daily log, and wellness tracker, I used this, and I seriously was planning to transfer all of this and put it into this, right? I was like, I just kind of wanted to do the A6 thing. Love the weeks, we'll always use weeks, but I was like, let's do the A6 thing because I love A6. Here is is it 2023? Did I use this? 2023? I don't know. Anyway, I love Hobonichi A6s. Love them to death. They're cute. Again, just like my Passport Travelers, they're awesome. I think this is 2023. Oh no, it was 2024. 2024, September. How did I, oh, I know. Okay. Yeah, I know. Anyway, this was 2024. So I used this and this spring. But anyway, I have this in the, again, her name is Rowena of SojournerUSA.net. Fabulous leather maker. I bought just the basic Hobonichi notebook and placed it in here. And I love these things. This, again, was another iteration of my daily logs. And what I did was, oh my gosh, I love this thing. I would pre-decorate with stickers. And again, I would just do my daily logs. I would have a to-do list here, knock the to-do list out, and then I would just, again, write down anything that I accomplished that day or anything completed. And then I would do like a little reflection of the day on the side. And I loved this thing. Loved it. Little stickers, just not a lot, just enough to keep me coming back to this thing. So cozy. Handwriting, love it. Again, I'm still using the Lexington Gray Noodlers. You guys probably think I'm so boring because I only, that is the thing that I use, is Lexington Gray. It's waterproof, and it's not too heavy of a black, but yet dark enough to like satisfy you there. But look at this. I loved it. My Dolce Vita stickers, any kind of sticker. This was so fun. And so my goal, oh my gosh. See, it makes me want to go back to, nope, I'm good. You got to close some things. You got to close it up and keep it moving. But anyway, this kind of inspired me to use this as my daily log. But as you know, I bought the Traveler's Notebooks and decided to keep my day logs there, and I'm happy. I'm done. But what I did decide was, okay, Stephanie, you know you want to draw. You know you've been trying. You know you can be, you can't get it together. Let's start small, because you couldn't do the cousin. I mean, what were you thinking? So let's start small. I've got this covered with a Hobonichi pink. I love anything Hobonichi anyway. I've got a clear, this is the Hone, 2025 Hone that I purchased. It's really pretty. I covered it with the Hobonichi clear cover to protect it. And again, my goal was to kind of put my prompts here in the yearly section to keep me accountable. As you can see, I have not been accountable. And my goal was to do like a little doodle every kind of day. Can you tell that's a sweater? I'm trying. It's a sweater with her holding a bag. This is a holiday, don't laugh. It's a holiday coffee. Here are some mittens. At the time it was winter time and I was really trying, right? Let's see what else. I mean, and then I go all these days skipping. See, I skipped so many days because I wanted to kind of stay on the date to keep me accountable. Here's an avocado. Look, and then I skip. Then I'm like, ooh, let's draw my, and then I get, oh, here's a mug. I drew this in a cafe, I think. And this is a football. Yep, February. It's then I was, here we are in March, and I did some daily doodles. I don't know if you can see it. Butterfly, donut. Can you tell it's a donut? But then, I cannot get my habit together. I can't. I can, but I can't. I've got so much going on, but I don't want to use that as an excuse, because if you're a creative, you're going to find the time, you're going to do the thing. But anyway, that's what this was for. Here's the deal. I'm going to try to use this for the rest of this year. So we are going into October. So that gives me 3 months to really try to get a habit going before the next year. And I hope I do it. But here's me, right? I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful because that's the kind of gal I am. And because of that, that brings me to my Hobonichi haul for 2026. So I did the thing. I'm always going to buy Hobonichi. I don't know. I don't have issues with, the paper, the this, the that, the other thing. Hobonichi's brand has sold me. They don't have, I'm fine. I'm fine with Hobonichi. People are like hating on them right now. I'm not in that mix. I did get the Hobonichi book band here. I thought was cute. I really wanted it in yellow, but they were all sold out. And I got the Hiroko Kubota artist. She uses gouache, kind of whimsical art here. She's got the white cat holding a rose on a piano with grass. I thought that was kind of funny. And then there's a black cat on the back reading a book with is it a violin? Is it a cello? I don't know, but there's a bird. I mean, it's just, there's so many things about this that I found kind of interesting. Not to mention the color. I wanted to really get another Liberty fabric because I do like their patterns, but it didn't speak to me this year. The color palette just did not speak to me, but this was nice and bold and bright. And so I chose to get this. And again, I'm going to call it a doodle diary. My goal is to stay up with the doodle diary. I have to prove myself for sure this last quarter of the year, but we'll see. But I really plan on doing it for 2026. I plan on doing it for this year too. So this is my very small Hobonichi haul. I got the book band, and then I also got dot stickers. Who doesn't love dot stickers? I was planning on using this but it might be too much drama to like use this as a habit tracker for my drawing. But we'll see. But I use dot stickers all the time to denote my days off and important dates and that kind of thing. So that was what I got for my Hobonichi haul. So if you made it, again, this long, thank you so much. I think I made it just under an hour or a little bit over. I appreciate you watching, and until next time, thank you. Bye.